Okay, hi, I'm Sam Johnson, third year at GSA now.
Okay. So do you mind going through your concept first? What do you do?
Okay, I was dealing with traveling, so I was wanting to create an object that that gathers the user's current location and points them towards an eventual destination without giving them a precise set of directions to follow. It merely just gives them a direction and a distance. So I was dealing with direction in this. Um, my cons, I had some rough storyboards over here where it outlines the guy who's gone to the pub and he comes out. He's wondering what he's going to do. He looks at the object and it gives him a direction and a distance, and that allows him to find his way home eventually, so he gets back home. It provided me with kind of an idea of how the object would work with a user, but I still didn't properly understand how the object works as an object. So, using this method, it helped me just analyze aspects of the object that would prove useful. So we started off as dealing with the inputs to this object. So I in my storyboard I looked through different areas of input, such as lights, sounds, button pushes, stuff like that, and how that all feeds into the object. Then we looked at outputs, which in this was really simple. It was just lights coming out towards the user. So I had my input, my output, and then I had to analyze the process of how that happens, which led it down to here. Each of these three elements, which I've joined up, had their own part where each dealt with like each segment of it, and it kind of led it along a kind of linear thought process that's kind of attributed towards coding and that kind of line of thought.
So how does your concept, this one does it? How does it actually works?
The idea would be that this object, it would originally be set up at home from a location, and from that location, which is over here, which it feeds into this object, which gives it a kind of place to anchor itself, a place of reference, then taken out into the world. When a button is pushed, it senses the button has been pushed, and it detects where it is in location to the original home source. So if it's within 5 meters, if the button is pushed, it's within 5 meters, all the lights light up, allowing the user to recognize that they're already home. Meanwhile, if it's more than 5 meters away, then it detects that it's further away from home and that it starts lighting up in a direction that the home base is kind of set up in.
And what about this one? Does this one come with this at the start, or is it?
Yeah, the idea was that although the object could be carried with you, it needed an, a means of anchoring itself somewhere in the home. So this object would serve as not only a charger but also a way of anchoring it. So this object would start off as sensing its own current location, and then understand where it is, and then its output would be simply to pass information on to the other object. So they kind of worked in tandem.